and gentlemen, boys and girls, travelers, welcome to another episode of Tatami Talk. My name is Juan. This is Anthony. This is a Judo podcast for Judo players by two Judo players. So, Anthony, how you doing?
Going to see my surgeon after I record this, so we can't go over time on this episode.
We say that now. We say it's gonna be a short episode now, but let's see what happens.
I don't know how you get away with not having knee surgery. Like, I think my body is just naturally like bad at this kind of stuff.
I have a lot of tape, a lot of braces, a lot of compression stuff.
Well, you finally had to get shoulder surgery, so there's that. But
I've been fighting knee surgery since I was in high school. When I first messed up my knee in high school and stuff, messing around, they were like, "Oh, your knee surgery one day," and I've been fighting surgery ever since then. But my shoulder is like, even if we put your shoulder back in place and you continue doing what you do, it's going to be one of those things that just continually pops out of place. So just get the surgery, make sure it stays there now, and just kind of cool it down a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to what do you call it? I was going to migrate the Substack as I've mentioned, but I've just been jumping from doctor's appointments to doctor's appointment. Between me, my mom, my dad, like all three of us, I've been just driving them to doctor appointments, and I drive myself to the doctor appointment and all that stuff. But I'm getting multiple opinions and stuff like that, so that's why it's and also getting my checkups that I haven't been doing. I did manage to finish the curriculum for the upcoming kids class that were changes were happening in our dojo. So I did that curriculum, and I also have a rough curriculum for the intermediate adults. So I got that off my shoulder at least. So that's so let's jump right into it. So
all right, let's go into it. So everybody knows the Olympics are coming to LA in like 2 years now.
Unless another COVID happens.
Unless another COVID happened, yeah. So LA was doing this thing called LA PAL. It was originally called like LA 26 and LA 24. I can't remember.
Play LA.
But now it's called Play LA. And their thing now is that they're just trying to get young people involved in Olympic style sports. So one of the things that they're doing was judo, okay? Because judo's not as big and popular in America as it could be and stuff. So one thing is that they're putting community centers, going to have people teach beginner stuff. And it wasn't like to be a big dojo or nothing, just something to get kids into it, interested. And if they like it, maybe they'll go to a real dojo.
That's not how they sold it to us. So,
I know that's not how they sold it immediately, but that's how I saw it. But maybe also because I used to teach in a community center karate program. So I kind of knew what it was. Because a lot of these community center programs, and that's why they get bad reputations, they're not built for kids to go like past green or blue or even try to get their black belt from these programs. They can't get built into that like how mine was. My karate program was built into it. But so Play LA has been happening this past week, Anthony. What happened?
I thought you wanted me to describe, but it's fine. So I was, for those who don't know, I regularly go over the judo organizations like meeting minutes for their board meetings, because they, by law, for a nonprofit, they have to publish their financials every year. Some of them, I'm not going to say who because everyone knows, but one or two of them are not publishing their financials every year. At least they haven't published it for 2024 yet. So I go over that stuff on the regular. I go over the board meeting minutes, and one of the things that I noticed was that out of the many things, I'm not going to talk about the other stuff, but the main thing I noticed was that the Play LA program is getting suspended for judo. So to add on to what you said about Play LA, it's not a specifically judo thing, because some people misunderstood it when it was announced that it's like, oh, the IOC is giving money to USA Judo to work with LA Parks and Recs to promote judo, and like Play LA is a judo program. Like, it's not a specific thing. Like you said, it's for all kinds of sports. So the LA Parks and Recs, each recreation center will have money allocated to all these different sports like soccer, basketball, baseball, whatever, right? So judo is one of those things. That got me thinking. I was like, oh, remember the AJDM thing? How it was like done in a rush for compliance? I think, again, just my hypothesis, that the funding for the IOC, the U.S. Olympic Committee for LA Parks and Recs is probably tied to that AJDM thing, like having some sort of structure, guideline, development model. So I think that was just like as we predicted, like check off the checkbox to say that they have it so they can receive the money. Anyway, in the beginning, there was a lot of, in the judo community at least, I think there was a lot of hype relatively around it. Some people were like jealous, like why is it LA only? Why are they not allocating to other places? Like we heard some of that.
Yeah. Because we're hosting the Olympics. That's why.
Yeah. It's like, get your own Olympics.
Yeah, get your own Olympics, all right?
But that there was a little hype around that. They spent the money on new gis for the kids and mats, and also we talked about the new Budokan that was built in Tokyo that is overhyped. Everyone forgot about it.
It kind of got screwed over because when it was originally
proposed, we knew it. I know, but we saw it coming from a mile away. We saw it from a mile away, and they just kind of like stopped talking about it, right?
Yeah.
But the judo program there is also part of LA Parks and Recs, and they don't really not many people know that there's a judo class there. I don't know if people know.
It's a once a week judo class. Yes, I know.
Yeah, so they don't really advertise it. So it kind of goes to show how the whole thing just fizzled out, especially not 100% their fault, but because of COVID. I know we got contacted a couple of times to teach in these programs, and I just don't have time for it, especially not for $15 an hour. Yeah, I mean, I would have done it for free if I had time, but I don't have time. So they've at first I think it was offered $15 an hour, and a couple of years later they then offered me 25, and I was like, I'll tell other people about it, but I personally don't have time for it. So, and I mean my bill rate at work is like 300, so
okay.
So.
A humble brag right here.
But it kind of goes to show how like it's not just me, right? Because judo has no money in it. So the people who are already instructors teaching, they already have like a main source of income, is what I'm saying, right? That you can interpret as a humble brag, but I'm just saying I'm sure there's other people like me that are like, my time is worth more than $25 an hour, basically. So it's not like they are an instructor and they want like to make more money, like an extra $25 a week or something like that. So yeah, so that's the main thing. But I know they had trouble fielding instructors, because I know some of the I don't know if it's still true, but at the time I remember some programs had brown belts teaching, and I know I also heard rumors that they're pulling in like BJJ people to teach some of these classes, and which is fine. I mean, like for kids class, they're pretty much like tumbling and playing games, like grip fighting, doing basic like it's not like it's kind of like going back to what we said about how you don't need to be like an Olympic champion to teach kids judo, right? You don't have to be like a calculus professor to teach addition to kids. So so that's the basis of it. But what I read on the USA Judo board meetings was that they suspended the program for now, I think indefinitely, because they had troubles with compliance to safe sport, background checks, and what was the other thing? Concussion training, heads up concussion training. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there. They've always kind of just kept to themselves. Like once in a while, I see them at like a local Nanka tournament. But I also know they have been hosting like Play LA tournaments, because they're just a tournament for all the recreation centers to have the kids compete with each other. So I mean, if you talk to the people that are in the program, they're going to say it's a huge success. And I personally don't. I mean, we're in the judo community. We don't know anything about this thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
one time I went to go check one. There's not one too far away from my house, so I went to go check one out one time, and I was like, "Oh, you actually hear the one day we're not open. They're actually on a break this week." I'm like, "Oh, I come to see who's teaching and how they're teaching, and they're not even here that day." But it's a sad situation, because I feel bad for the kids. I feel bad for the parents that are putting their kids in it, and especially the kids that are liking it and enjoying it, and now they get just gets closed. Like, I hope these kids find other dojos or other places.
Yeah. And we've had some kids walk through the door. They didn't stay, right? Most of them didn't stay. Ranging from completely not knowing judo. I'm like, what were they teaching you? right?
Mm.
To I'm like, whoa, this is pretty damn good for once a week for 6 months out of the entire year.
Mm.
Like, so the quality of instruction clearly has been inconsistent in that front. So, yeah, I just don't know anything about this program, but uh, just it's just interesting to know that they quietly suspended it because they have like issues with the safe sport and background check and stuff like that, which is a
Yeah.
good thing. I'm glad they're just like they actually are doing something about it instead of
Mhm.
just like, oh, let's keep just keep running this program while people who have not been cleared continue to teach.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they might as well just call it a jiu-jitsu program. So,
Oh, and
uh,
there it is right there. There's a heat.
you're
There's a
waiting
heat
for it.
seeker. There's a heat seeker right there.
Yeah. So, I'll just call it karate program. Same thing. Whatever.
No, it's very similar. No, 'cause like I said, like I used to teach a community center cry
Hmm.
program over in Thousand Oaks and in Simi Valley and stuff. And it's actually funny when we lost our funding for advertisement, we saw a big drop in our students, and then we lost the funding for our location. They said, "Oh,
Is,
well, just teach outside," and just like
isn't
it's
that I thought if you go to teach at a community center that is like a government
mm,
city run or government run, they or YMCA even they'll ask for a background check. I'm I'm 99% sure they make you do that.
well, back then, I think I did. Here's the one thing: I think I did one when I first started teaching,
Hmm.
and then I never got another one done.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, I got one done, and when I did this program for like what 4, maybe 5. Shit, was it like 6 years? Maybe I did it for a while, and I did it once at the beginning, and that was it.
Was that
But yeah,
before or after you started karate?
I was already a fourth-degree black belt in Tong Soo at
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's some like sad news. But like you said, we're good. They're enforcing the program and stuff, but it's sad that these kids are losing their judo program. Like people are going through hard times right now, and this thing was, I think, I don't know if it was a free
Yeah.
program or if it was a very cheap program. But either way, I don't know if some of these people can't afford to go take their kids to a
Yeah.
other dojo in the area. You know, like
I still don't understand why they aren't uh doing this with dojos and just like trying to basically start all these little mini dojos
good
that
question.
are under like we already don't have enough instructors, which is funny because people are saying how like, oh, we just need judo in schools and we'll fix the problem in America. I'm like, here we have judo in parks and recs and we can't find enough instructors.
Well, this is a funny thing is like, if you want instructors, yeah, just go, like, not even you have to go to the commercial judo schools, you know, the
Mhm.
ones that brick and mortar commercial judo schools that are all about money. Go to the Japanese community center judo schools in the area. You know, there's a lot
Yeah.
of us out there that they could work with us and just send the kids to us. You know, we'll work something out, but it is what it is. Oh, yeah, one more thing.
If they work with the Japanese community center, then they're gonna charge them double rent. Like that's the meta. Just a reference to the previous episode.
Ardo, yeah. They try to go, they would just have to talk to us. They would have to talk to the Japanese Hollywood Japanese Community Center. Sorry, I'm putting you guys on blast, but I really got screwed on that
Yeah.
situation. And I got a lot of people message me about like that's terrible. I've had actually
Yeah.
quite a few jujitsu places, MMA places that offer to me rent their spaces. I'm like, you know, I wasn't necessarily doing, I'm going back to the, but I'm not necessarily doing this for me to get rich. I was just doing this to try to help out my community center, and my community center screwed me over.
Yeah.
All right. But other judo news. So, like we're saying, the Olympics are coming to LA. The Olympics now, instead of being held over in the college, it's the judo tournaments can be held in downtown at the convention center.
Hmm.
So, interestingly enough, so California Golden State Open. God,
Hmm.
two terms always confuse me. Golden State Open had kind of a soft run this year. They're going to be going back next year to downtown again.
Is that true? Because I actually got oh wait, you're talking about Golden State Open.
Yeah, I'm
right?
going to go into the other one next.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, go ahead.
Golden State, they already put out like video out. I think it was like last night or the night before. They put out a video being like returning to downtown again. I was like, that's cool. You know, for me, it's easy. I had two trains, two subways, you know, a couple stops. Easy for me. I have to pay for parking, so I like that. And then in the same day, I think I got an email from Naka being like, hey, would you be happy if we moved Winter National to downtown? And I was like, yes, that'd be great. Like, it would be great to have a good venue. I'm happy that I know you were happy with the venue.
I
How did,
I I
yeah,
know I was conflicted because they sent a survey, right?
yeah.
And I was so conflicted because I'm like, am I happy with the I'm happy with the location. I wasn't happy with the room we're in because
Uh,
it was my eyes were pretty
I'll
pain.
buy you a
I don't know.
flashlight, okay?
I think I'm just getting old, man. Like
It
everything's
was a dim
hurting. I'm
room. It
recovering.
was dim. All right, I will give that to you.
No, like because that lighting situation is exactly when I need driving glasses, like the like kind of light but kind of dark, like when the
Hmm.
sun is setting. That's the time when I need to use driving glasses. But the only difference is the lights are so bright that is it like an LA thing where people drive with high beams? You know what I'm saying? It
I
feels
think
like I'm permanently getting like high beamed in the eye. That's how
I
it
just think a
feels
lot of
like.
new cars lights are a lot brighter than they used to be. All right, because they're using LED lights now and all that kind of stuff. But
Well, I won't get
that's
into that, but a lot of them
I
are
don't say
illegal. So
that's a
a lot
different.
of them, a
We're not
lot
a
of them are
car
illegal.
podcast.
Yeah.
We're not a car
But
podcast.
yeah, so I feel like I'm permanently getting blinded by this, like, because then when I wear my glasses to
Hmm.
adjust, then I get the glare, like
Yeah.
on. So yeah, I don't know. If you guys went, let me know what you think. But I went to the World Championships in Tokyo. I didn't have that problem,
Hmm.
right? So I don't know if that's something they can ask the venue to adjust to the lights or something. Because what if they're like hosting like a concert or something, or I don't know. Like anyway, so I didn't know what to say really. I just said like I like the location, but I don't like the rumor, and I just left it at
Hmm.
that. So
You could have read suggestion more lights.
yeah, or just turn off the lights.
So we're fighting in the dark.
Yeah, and only have lights on shown on, like bring in lights to shine onto the.
No, like spotlights.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, which is funny because when I was in high school, I
That's what
saw.
they did at the World Championships. They turn off for the final block. They
Mhm.
turn off the lights and they have lights shown directly
Yeah,
onto the mat.
yeah. That's what my high school used to do. We used to do that for our dual meets when we faced other schools. When the varsity team came out, we had one spotlight that was down on the mat, so that was it. But yeah, so I think it's cool they're doing more stuff out there. I think they're doing this more to work the bugs out of like, okay, well, we've done it once now with
Hmm.
Golden State Open. It ran pretty smoothly. Now let's try to do it with Winter Nationals now, which is a slightly bigger tournament. If not the same size, if not slightly bigger in downtown. Let's try to work these things out because, like I said, we have 2 more years. That's if they keep doing this tournament to
Hmm.
be two, maybe no, be 3 or 4 tournaments that before the Olympics happen to try to work this out. So I think it's good that they're trying to do this. Like I said, for me, I get the red line, the blue line, one stop, walk across the street, I'm there. It's gonna suck carrying all my gear with me on the train, but
Yeah,
it is what it is.
I liked for one thing I really liked for the Golden State Open is how they barricaded the area, how they
Hmm.
did that. I
Yeah,
like that a lot.
I like that a lot too.
And they actually enforced not letting people who aren't supposed to be in there
Well, I
in.
saw some people get real mad.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That could be another topic because there's some development there, but uh, yeah. So that's is that the local news?
That's the local news right there. Well, it's local slash going into international news with the
Yeah.
Olympics. So as of right now, the 2025 Cadet World Championship is happening. Judo Cadet World Championship is happening right now. And I want to give a big congratulations to Sophia, Hollywood Judo member. I've known her since she was a little girl. And now I'm seeing her competing in the cadets, taking second place in her weight class of minus 52 kilos. I'm so proud of her. I was so happy when I woke up and I saw the message from Fleet being like, Sophia took second
Yeah.
place. Fantastic. That's amazing. I'm so happy. Her progress stuff. She's such a good tournament fighter. Like I'm so happy with her, with how she fights out there and stuff and gives it her all. And then to get to the finals. And then
As
after that,
a
yeah.
Chinese person, why you need no take first?
Why are you doctor yet? Dad, I'm 12. I was so happy. And then I saw that she lost to a Japanese girl, and I was like, okay, cool. She lost to a Japanese girl. Pipe, Japanese, good name Waza, good Tachi Waza. I mean, she got caught. Maybe it was a good fight. And a pin that actually you love to do. You like to
Oh
practice a
yeah,
lot.
I teach that at a beginner's class. Yeah.
Yeah, which is funny because that's a pin that you and me both agree and see is legal. But then we have
Yeah.
other people saying, no, that's a
I
guillotine.
had
No,
I had
that's so illegal. But
I
it's
had this
done.
discussion with Sensei Brian about it
Yeah.
because what was it? Not the Nikkei games, right? The
Hmm.
Nikkei games recent tournament. They were not calling Osaikomi on those pins.
Yeah.
And I was like, they're still calling it in the circuit, the IGF
Hmm.
circuit, but they're like, oh, but they told us because of that video someone uploaded on Facebook or whatever, where there's a IJF USA Judo referee saying that that's not a pin anymore.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, the Japanese girl
yeah,
just won world
yeah.
championships with it.
So I'm just like, do you guys even watch? Like, this is something I want to. I'm really curious about.
Hmm.
What percent of the referees that we have in the USA, or even just Nanka, right?
Hmm.
What percent of them has the Judo TV subscription? I want to know that. Like I'm really curious whether they even watch how the rules are getting enforced, or do they just like listen to, like I said, the game telephone, listen to whoever is higher ranked than them, what they tell them. So
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. No,
yeah,
because I don't remember if it was you sent it to me, but we both saw this, and it was the Eastern European coach saying that like the whole guillotine thing. It's like
yeah,
guillotines are fully illegal. It's like no, technically, if there's an arming
yeah,
guillotine, it's still legal. And someone has
yep,
long legs, they can like they showed it in the IGF video of like what you can
yeah,
and cannot do. But because he said no, for some reason now all these other people are being like, well, he said no, so then we all have to say no, even though the
yeah,
IGF video said something totally different. But whatever. I'm
yeah.
happy for Sophia. She went to a tournament. She's such a great tournament fighter. She's doing really well. And who knows? Maybe we'll see her in the Olympics, in 2 years. What do you think? Oh, and just for
Uh,
some people,
yeah.
the cadets are for 18 and under. Okay. I know it'll be kind of weird for some people. Cadets are 18 and under. That's why you don't see some of these 19, 20 older kids.
Yeah, I think if she continues to perform like this, she might very well be. I mean, who's her this is relevant to our episode today? Who's her rival in that weight
The
in her category?
Japanese girl now. The
No, no,
Japanese
no,
girl.
no. And from Sweden,
Oh, from Sweden.
who is she
Um,
fighting against with that spot? Because Babelfa's sister
I was about to say,
was in
yeah,
a
yeah.
different weight class,
Well,
so
because I know they train together a lot, but okay.
yeah, so they were in a different weight class. So I don't know who's her rival. We need to ask her next time she's in town training.
Hmm.
Like, who's your rival? Like,
She's like,
who do
no,
we need to get rid of? Get
she's
rid
such a
of.
nice little girl too. She'd be like, no, I have no rival. I'm friends with everybody. Oh
All
man.
right.
All right. So yeah, congratulations to her, Hollywood Judo member. Just so proud of her.
Mhm.
So go to our main topic of this episode. Anthony want to talk about rivals. And it's not like someone you hate, someone you can't stand at the dojo, someone you just they make me mad. No,
Yeah, it's
talking about
not.
someone
It's
that
not like Naruto and Sasuke. Yeah, it's not like that.
it's someone that pushes you to get better. The person you work with, the whole thing of steel sharpens steel, iron sharpens iron,
I
whatever
think it's
saying
like
you want to go with.
I want to say like friendly competition,
Hmm.
friendly rivalry. That's yeah, someone you always train with, someone you always like. Sometimes they beat you, sometimes you beat them, kind of thing. Same weight category, started around the same time. So
Hmm.
yeah, who do you? Let's start with you. Like, do you have a gym rival?
I don't have a dojo rival specifically anymore.
Matt's not it.
No, Matt's not because Matt's not my dojo rival. It
He's
actually,
gonna listen to this.
yeah, I know. He's all caught up with the episodes now, so who knows
Yeah.
when he'll get to this one. Actually, for a while when it first happened, Charles was my gym rival because we both used to
Mhm.
fight 81 kilos. I
Ah,
know it's
okay,
kind
that
of
makes
crazy.
sense.
Juan used to fight 81 kilos, but yeah,
What
back
what
when I was
what
younger, man.
what weight category is Matt back
Matt's
then?
always been like minus 100. I think
Okay.
maybe
Yeah.
when we first started doing judo, he might have been 90,
Yeah.
but he's always been minus 100.
Yeah.
But yeah, but when I first started the dojo, I was fighting 81 kilos, and my dojo rival would be Charles.
Hmm.
And I used to train with him a lot back in the day. But the one thing with Charles I had to calm down with, my knees started to get more messed up, is that we would just get too serious sometimes playing. And it's like
Hmm.
I know like this kid's like Charles is like maybe 5, 6 years younger than me or something like that.
Yeah. He's my
So
age.
is he your age? Okay, yeah.
Charles is my age. Yeah.
Yeah. So as I get older and stuff, I have more wear and tear in my body. I had to calm down and stuff. So it's like, yeah, so we'd like push each other. He would push me. I would push like he would great for Tachiwaza. We did really good Newaza and stuff together. But just you get older and stuff. And one reason why I kind of stopped training with him as often is because we would get like really hyped and go really hard. It's like I can't be doing this every class. All right. So but yeah, Charles was I would say he's my dojo rival for a
Hmm.
while. My tournament rival has been a few different people. When I was a white belt, there was this young, like I want to say he was maybe like 17 or 18 or something. Yeah, I think he was 17 because he was going with the adults most likely. But they're just kid. Man, this kid would just like always just give me a hard time every time because we would always be facing each other. But sadly, something happened when I became a brown belt where I didn't see him no more. I think maybe he went to school somewhere, maybe his family moved or whatnot. But there's been a few people I've seen quite a few times at tournaments, and it's weird that when you get as an adult, you sometimes see the same people for a little while, then they fall off, then you see them again.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
It was the same thing with me. It's like even though I'm teaching, doing stuff all the time, I only compete once, twice a year now, you know, and I haven't competed in almost 2 years since I hurt my shoulder, you know.
Yeah. So when
I know you. Here's a question to you now. Do you have any dojo?
Wait. I want to finish asking you a question.
Okay.
So you start when Philippe joined the dojo, he was still doing judo at the dojo. He's still doing randori. Did you consider him because he was around the same weight probably at that time, right? As you.
I don't know if he was the same weight. He might have been still bigger than me.
Did you ever consider Philippe a gym rival?
No, he ain't no gym rival to me. He destroys me all the time. He shakes the shit out of me and then just tosses me. And all I can do is
he's like Goku and you're like Yamcha.
In that sense, yes. I am the Yamcha in that
Yamcha
situation.
Considered him Goku a rival and Goku's just like, and like
I was more like oh my god, what's the bald one's name with the third eye?
Krillin.
Krillin. No, not Krillin. That's the bald one. That's little bald.
Tien.
It is. Yeah, Tien. It's more like Tien. I'm gonna get the hell out of here and just walk away. But yeah, like when Philippe first started, he would do randori with us. It was so amazing to just learn his technique, his footwork. And that's how I learned how to do like my Tai Toshi that I do, the spins and stuff. It was so cool. Well, now reflecting on stuff like that, it's like just having the opportunity to face somebody like that, to practice with somebody, having fun and letting it like, even if I fought 110%, I couldn't beat Philippe. There's no, even
now Philippe's Master Roshi.
Well, even now, he'll still bounce me around now sometimes. Well,
that's why, like you said, Master Roshi. He's Master Roshi. In more ways than one, he's like Master Roshi.
He takes off his huge ass muscles all of a sudden.
So, to answer your question, I started in Texas. I think I mentioned it, right? I started judo in Texas, so I had a gym rival, but he was like 100 pounds heavier than me. Like, so he would actually my first concussion was given from him when I was a white belt.
That was the Oso Tagadi, or what was it?
No, that's from another guy that was with a few screws loose. But
okay, was it the coach you got into the Ochigari guy then?
No, this guy at the time we were still doing leg wraps. So he also wrestled, not wrestled, he played football in college, I think. In college or high school, and he double leg blasted me and my head just like went backwards. So yeah, he was briefly my rival for a time, and then he quit training. He went to the military, he went to law school, so he quit training, and he came back a couple of times and competed and then quit again. So I feel like all the people I considered my rivals, they're either, because it's hard to find someone my age category and weight class at the time. Everyone who were my age were lighter than me. So yeah, they just never really stuck around. I guess for a while when I was training, when I first started at Hollywood, do you remember Mickey, the Australian guy?
Oh yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah, he was the next, like we were around the same.
He's super smaller than. What are you talking about? He was so much.
No, he was tall. He was tall.
He was tall, but he was light. Like that guy was like 60 some kilos. Maybe
yeah, 70. But at the time I had the knee injury and I was like minus 90. Okay. So he's not 60 kilos. He's definitely 90 kilos. Oh, but he played rugby. The only problem is he's a chain smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we would go one round and he would have to sit out for like 10 minutes. So that was a disappointment, right? And then for a while, I think I considered Ivan my gym rival because I always ended up getting stuck partnered with him. And we would go to tournaments together, right? And we would like do that. So, but Ivan's like 2 weight categories underneath me. So yeah, I don't think I've had one. And then for a while when Scotty joined, Scotty was on the podcast. When he joined, I'm like, okay, this guy's close to me in height, and I think he's like 90 kilos now, so it's like also close in weight category. And then he freaking broke his collarbone right the first year.
Yep. It was his first time going to advanced class, and the very first day he gets taken down. I remember exactly what happened. I just remember like
it was
looking away, coming back.
Yeah.
But I remember the guy that did it to him used to like go really, really hard also.
Yeah.
I remember just looking away, looking back, and he's on the floor, and I'm just like, uh-oh.
So yeah, I my gym rivals are just like dropping like flies. And then now I think Scotty's really close in size, weight, skill level to me, and but now I'm hurt, so I can't really train with him often. So he's like catching up, right?
Welcome to getting older, man.
Yeah. Scotty's much younger than me too. So yeah, I don't think I've ever had the benefit of that, and this is kind of why I suggested talking about this, because I feel like that actually pushes you to train with each other, because we see it in some of the teens that join together and they're like trying to like one up each other to have fun doing randori, and they're always showing up to class. And so I feel like having a gym rival is like actually a really important thing, which is different from having a tournament rival, right? Because tournament rivals, you tend to like antagonize them. In many cases, you kind of antagonizing them a little bit, even whether it's like serious or not, right? You're like, oh, it's that guy from Sawtell, or like that guy from Tenri or something, and you see this with some, like Scotty has a one-sided rivalry with a guy. Like with a guy. And it's funny because the guy that we're talking about considers Scotty his rival, but Scotty doesn't consider him a rival. But Scotty considers someone from Tenri a rival, I think. And I think that guy from Tenri doesn't even register Scotty.
Doesn't acknowledge Scotty.
So it's like it's like a high school love triangle.
But yeah, so we have a young girl that always beats this one guy, and I think he thinks of her more as a rival than she does to him as well.
Yeah. It's funny how things work like that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the nature of like competition rival, right? Sometimes it's one-sided, but I feel like it's rarely the case when that gym rivalry is rarely one-sided. You're always gonna go every night randori against each other, and you're gonna like figure each other out, right? So you figure each other out. You he always does like to do this thing, so it forces you to try new stuff to catch that guy off guard.
Keeps you developing, fixing your game up, making new things up, figure out new combinations.
And what we usually see is without that interaction, you can tell people all the time, like, try new stuff, don't always revert to like what you're comfortable with. But if they can't throw that random person, the random white belt that just walked in, right, then they're gonna go back to their regular stuff because they have to like show that their belt rank is higher than them or whatever. So there's the ego thing driven there. And you can, I know how people always say, like, we say the same thing, like, leave the ego by the door, like, don't let me, but to a certain extent, everyone wants to throw the other person, doesn't want to get thrown by someone who's less experienced or lower belt ranked or something. Like, there's always that ego that's going to be driving some of your choices during training. So I think the gym rivalry is a good thing to have. And it's one of the things about having a large adult program, I think, is good, because we see that in some of the adult beginners that we have now. We see that now that they're moving on to green belt, blue belt, intermediate level. They're developing these kind of rivalries. Some of them are one-sided with the black belts, you know, like some of them are one-sided.
Yeah.
Because we have a large enough dojo where that can occur, but yeah, it's just like a really, really interesting thing, I think, this dynamic. And none of it is toxic. Sometimes you'll have toxic rivalries, like rarely, like, oh, he always does this thing and sits into my knee, right? And instead of sometimes, not always, instead of just like not going with the guy, sometimes you're like, I need to throw the crap out of him to right? So you'll have that too.
I need to get mine back.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that aspect of the rivalry and training is not really talked about, because it's not as cool as saying don't let your ego like drive your training decisions. And it's all about friendship and family and stuff. So
and there's a big difference. It's just my opinion. There's one thing I don't want people to get confused by. Like, there's a difference between like your favorite training partner the person you work with the best or takes your throws the nicest for you and lets you do stuff. And then your person that's your rival at your dojo, especially at your dojo, and I at terms, like I said, like we're talking about, the person that pushes you when doing randori, whether it's tachiwaza or newaza.
Yeah.
And there's a difference. It's not like, oh, my rival is this person because he's my best training partner. We work best together. Like, no, that's not your rival. They could be your rival.
That's your throwing dummy.
Yeah, yes, that is your throwing dummy. But it's like that. It's not that. So I don't want people to get confused. Like, oh yeah, I have like this is my rival at the dojo. That's why I'm like, no, that's your best partner you work with. That's the person that similar body type stuff maybe or whatever it is.
Yeah,
like me and Juan. People always say like, why do the two Juans always work together?
Yeah.
Well, because I fight a lot of big guys sometimes. So if I can throw Juan, I can throw most people that I fight. You know, why does Juan like working with me? Because I let him do stuff to me. I let him work.
Yeah.
But is he my rival? No, Big Juan is not my rival.
Yeah, I think what you're talking about, there's a trusting relationship there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your training partner, you kind of know, hey, I want to work. I know how hard we want to go and all that kind of stuff. You're not really pushing each other. So it's like a safe blanket, like safe, comfy blanket that you're used to.
Yes.
So I think there's that part of it. And you also see these in like high level competitors where they have like a designated uke, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Uta Abe has a designated uke. You know, that guy that's always around her.
Yeah.
Hifumi Abe also has. I'm sure less people notice it, but Hifumi Abe has a designated uke that goes to the tournament and warm up areas and all that stuff. And it's usually around the same size as them. But you wouldn't say the same about Maruyama and Hifumi Abe. Like they are rivals.
They are legit.
They're legit rivalry.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they definitely pushed each other to the extreme. I think
that is a great example of a rivalry right there.
Yeah.
Same country fighting for the same spot, trying to become world champions, trying to become Olympic world champions, stuff like look what like that match that to see who went to the Olympics.
20-something minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a great match right there. It was fantastic for me. I got a beer out of it.
Yeah. Without Sasuke, then Naruto would never improve the Rasengan.
Oh my God.
For those, I'm totally in an anime mood because tomorrow I'm going to Anime Impulse.
Yeah.
So
without Ken, there's no Ryu, you know?
yeah. But Ken and Ryu is less toxic than Naruto and Sasuke. Yeah.
See, that's a friendly rivalry right there, you know?
So in your mind, with your rival, are you Ken or are you Ryu? Or are you Sasuke or are you Naruto?
I don't know. I always think that I'm nicer to people than I think I'm nicer to people than people think that I am sometimes. So I don't know how people see me. So I don't know.
Okay. I think I'm Rock Lee. That's what I think.
That's funny you say that.
My body just like blown up in pieces.
Well, it's funny you say because I used to have friends because I was into Naruto and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was one of those kind of guys. Like Dragon Ball's my life, you know, all day, every day. But I had friends that were into Naruto and stuff. Like they would always say like I'm like Rock Lee because because my thing is about my body, my weapon, and like developing myself. Like that's all I need. And like you're just like him because all he does, like he doesn't believe in magic and ninja skill and all that stuff. His just develop his body, be a great fighter. It's like that's you, Juan. That's you right there. I was like,
see, I see it differently. I think I'm like Rock Lee, one because I'm Asian. Two,
and you're Chinese, so you're Bruce Lee as well.
Two, like I have ton of injuries all over, so that I can relate to. And then also how, like I legit cried when that episode where he was like I might never be able to train or fight again, like that. Because of his injuries, and I was like, oh, I could totally freaking relate to that, right? So that was one part, but also like he worked so hard, like he trained so hard, but he also did all this bullshit inefficient training. You know what I'm talking about.
You're bringing this up again, yes.
So I was just like, oh, like not just judo. I talked about when I used to play handball in high school. Like I would wake up at 5 a.m. to practice for like 2 hours by myself and practice. Like the solo practice, that's completely useless, by the way. Now that I know more about learning skill acquisition stuff, I'm just, that was such a waste of time. And all I did was I put more toll onto my body.
Yeah.
Like I was putting more on repetitive strain injuries into my elbow. So there was that. I trained in the morning and then I trained in school during club practice and I trained after school and I didn't get home till like 10 p.m. and my mom thought I was out like doing like
Bad
dangerous,
stuff.
bad stuff. But I'm like, no, I was just at the park practicing handball the whole time. So yeah, now I know better. But I emphasize on that because I did all that training for the whole year, and I went to the finals of a tournament, and I got like absolutely destroyed by the guy that I was fighting, playing against. Like 21-0 was the score. No, 21-1. I got 1 point off of him, and
Hey, that's a win.
most of them were I couldn't even return the ball to the guy because I was practicing serving, but I wasn't practicing returning the ball, and my serves were easily countered anyway. But so I understood that feeling of working so hard, and you'll see Rock Lee do the same thing. He does all those bullshit like solo training, and I'm like, why aren't you training, fighting, sparring with someone more often?
Because
With all
this
that
looks cool on video, all right? That's why. This makes a great montage, all right? AV's got to make the what is it? The anime videos have some sort of videos to make them with, all right? That's why.
Yeah, and then going back to what we said, Rock Lee. This is going to turn into an anime reference.
Yeah.
People are like, what the fuck are you talking about?
We're gonna lose people right now.
Because Rock Lee considered this other genius character as his rival, but the other genius didn't even register him as a rival. So
yeah,
that's the moral of the story.
You want a rivalry more like Goku and Vegeta, all right? No matter how good Vegeta gets, he ain't never gonna catch up to Goku. Even though he technically surpasses Goku, Goku's still in his head that he can beat him no matter what. You know?
I don't know. I think Vegeta is stronger than Goku.
No,
personally.
technically, there's been points where no, God, I'm getting into anime stuff again. Technically, there are points where he is, but Goku just still gets in Vegeta's head with his ego, and that's how he beats him and gets always higher.
Yeah, I think it's a mental thing because Vegeta has a complex. No, inferiority complex. He's an inferiority complex. So that never ever is good for developing. I mean, it's good for motivating you, but I think it also holds you back a lot. And you probably see this in judo a lot too. People feel inferior to someone, and they'll start creating lies in their head. So if you don't have a gym rival, what do? Do you create an imaginary one?
Imaginary friend, I call him.
Well, you can. I think this is another type of rivalry I've seen. I've seen like remote rivalries. Have you seen it with the proliferation of the internet? You know, people who don't train in the same place, but they met at like a big tournament one time. You know, like maybe they met at nationals, and then they kept in contact, and it'll be like, oh, I just placed first in my division in my local tournament. Well, I placed like first in 2 divisions. You know, so. They would like share clips of themselves, like so that there's that kind of rivalry where they're not directly competing with each other, but they're still like lifting each other up. I feel like, right?
That's a great example because sometimes people like you're in Texas, you're a smaller dojo. There's not a lot of people, so you don't have a direct rival. You have someone that you can measure yourself against, like you said, your favorite partner. Yeah. But maybe you met someone at a tournament, you keep in contact on Instagram or on whatever social media site you want to use nowadays. And you see what they do, and they're like, "Oh, well, he did this. So I gotta get good at this. Oh, he put a great Taitoshi video up today. Like, I gotta develop my Taitoshi. I gotta develop something to beat that Taitoshi now." Yeah. That's a great way to do a rivalry. It's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, it's great way. I like the idea of an imaginary friend rivalry. Because it could be anyone you want, right? Well,
here's the funniest thing. Also, it's not just this is now me making stupid and stuff, but it's because like. Everyone knows I work in film and television. I'm a working actor here in LA and stuff. So when I was a kid, when I would do karate and stuff, and I get ready for tournaments, I would have. Okay, you ever seen the movie Sidekicks with Chuck Norris?
No.
And I can't remember what his name is. So in the movie, the kid daydreams a lot, and he gets in trouble because of that. But because of his daydreaming, he learns martial arts, blah blah blah. And his daydreams, he always has Chuck Norris in his mind. And at the end of the movie, he meets actual Chuck Norris and stuff, becomes our team. So when I was a kid, I used to daydream a lot when I would train by myself. I was thinking I'm at Bloodsport and stuff. I was at the Kumite. I was at the best of the best world championships, US versus Korea. Like I would use that a lot as my motivation when I would go training by myself when I was a kid. And not developing like a rivalry with nobody we're talking about right here, but these are just things that I would use for me, myself, to train better. You know?
I think that's the thing that a lot of adults are missing nowadays. Because you hear similar stories about this with some high level not judo specific. I've heard it from like basketball, baseball golf interviews where people make up stories like this in their head, and it's like a mental thing, right? Which is why I think all high level athletes have a few screws loose. Uh, um, they make up these ideas in their head to pump themselves up, or like to what do you call it? Relieve the nervousness, anxiety. So I think like kids are really good at this. Like they believe they're like the best. They're Power Rangers. They're Superman. They're Vegeta. They're Goku. Whatever.
Yeah, they're
So
powering up
Yeah.
above 9,000.
So I think that's a great idea. But I think I haven't tried the Imagine or anything, but I'm sure someone out there has. Like
Well, if you're in a small area, I could definitely see someone making an not imaginary friend, but just an imaginary rival in their head to push them to work with somebody, you know?
Yeah. Let us know if you're one of those people.
Ain't nothing wrong with that either. All right.
Yeah, I'm not making fun of you. I'm saying I legit think it's a very interesting thing.
As someone that used to daydream a lot as a kid and sometimes still as an adult, sometimes I totally get it.
I mean, shadow boxing, shadow randori or whatever, like that has some sort of like imagery training has backing to it. So I think that'll be an interesting thing. Like if you can buy a throwing dummy and then name
Put
it,
a face on it,
put a face on it, and just throw it over and over. Yeah. I mean that's a cool way of hyping it up. But no, nothing beats having a human like talking to you, pushing you to elevate each other. So I think all athletes at least have at least the high level athletes. I believe all of them have at least a competition rival. I don't know about a dojo rival. Especially if you're like the best at the dojo and you just dominate everyone, then
there as certain countries I could see that they don't have a dojo rival, especially around the national teams for certain places. But if you're like France, Japan, Korea, maybe even Russia and stuff, I could definitely see you have a dojo rival there at those countries because you got a lot of top players there all fighting for that same spot. But if you're from a smaller country like the US or something, you might not have a rival. Do you think Kayla had a rival her entire time when she was on the national team?
Rhonda, maybe?
They're training partners. They might have been rivals, but they were training partners together.
They could have been rivals. Yeah,
could have been. That could have been.
I was hearing rumors about them having a MMA fight soon.
Oh, Rhonda ain't coming out. I don't know. She's been training a lot lately. Actually, she's posting a lot of videos of it.
Yeah.
You want to know what's funny? Not as many little crazy people thinking. And I sent you this video of those Chinese robots fighting each other. Yeah. That's also what's funny. In a few years, that throwing dummies, we're throwing robots. What do you think?
Yeah, you can put a face on it and it'd be a rival.
Put a face on it. Yeah. You have a robot and stuff from China you can just throw around and shit. It's gonna move around for you. Yeah.
Another thing is, for stand up, I don't have like I said, Scotty's probably the closest thing, right? But I think he's gonna get a kick out of this. But on the ground, I consider Hamido my rival.
He's your rival.
He just smashes me at all. Like he's getting older. So I'm expecting him to slow down, and I'm catching up a bit.
Finally, yes,
I'm catching up a bit because I'm getting better on the ground. He's getting older, so it's easier to catch up. But still, he's just like dominating me on the ground. And every time I go with him, I'm just like, I need him not lose as bad this time. So
he can't sweep me 3 times in a row. Come on.
He lets me sweep him, and then he'll sweep me back whenever he wants. That's how good he is on the ground. But under a judo rule set, obviously. But yeah. So I really think like on the ground is like sorry, Scotty, you're not a rival to me.
You put that out there for everyone to know. That's so mean. Dude. You're so mean sometimes. You want to know who my Newaza rival is? Mado Kendo. Mado Kendo is my Newaza rival.
What? Why?
I'm joking.
No. Oh, you're joking. Do you have a Newaza rival? I feel like you and Matt have a good rivalry in Newaza. You guys always seem like you're having fun. You're trying to intentionally hurt each other.
That's more partnership than rivalry because I'm messing around with him. He's messing around with me. He knows he can't beat me, so he has to get into a
you see that's the fact that you said that is totally
so he does little stuff. We do little stuff to each other to make each other upset and stuff. But yeah, it's more of a friendship. I think it's more of a rivalry from Newaza. But the thing that sucked, I don't think I have any rival right now. It's more like me working with different body types and see what my body can do with my shoulder. Because certain sweeps and turnovers I used to do, since I had this surgery, even though it's been over a year and a half now, there's some things I just don't got enough power or mobility. Even though I'm very surprised by my mobility right now. I was testing it out, where I just don't have enough strength to do certain things anymore. It's like, God, this is my go-to. I can't do it on this side anymore. No, now what do I do?
Yeah, it is what it is.
Getting older.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about rivalries or rivals?
No, I'm about to, well, I could still talk for a bit, but I should probably get ready to go see my surgeon. So
hopefully it turns out okay.
Yep.
Hopefully it's a nice, easy surgery. You won't be out for that long.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know when I'm going to do it, but we're having the class schedule change. So I should be out for 3 months, and I can probably be fully back to training in 6 months. Is what they said. So,
all right.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to?
Yeah, I'll be like 38 by then, I think. Like by the time I recovered.
When you put this math in your head and stuff, it's like, oh my God, I'm not going to compete. Like from my surgery and stuff. Like my plan was to compete. I'm gonna compete next year. Okay, next year I'm gonna compete. So I'll be 33. I'm 33 right now. I'm gonna compete next year. I got the concussion. Okay, shit. All right. So Winter Nationals. I competed at Winter Nationals now this year. I'll still be 33 at the time. Hopefully nothing happens. But yeah, it's just when you get older, it sucks. It sucks getting surgery. It sucks getting, and you know, because you had surgery already. You know?
Yeah, as Philippe says, like when he gets to my age, he wishes he was healthier than I am. So
he's hoping he's in better shape than you are.
He's already in better shape than I am. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll wrap it up. So everybody, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me, the Jerry_1 on Instagram. You follow Anthony Throws on Instagram. You follow Tatami Talk itself on Instagram. You want to follow us on YouTube at Tatami Talk as well. You want to send us any questions, things you want us to go over, things you want us to look at, please. Anthony loves that. All right. Don't worry about it. He'll look at anything and then send it to me later. All right. So it's a TattamiTalk@gmail.com. All right. We got the Substack, moving the Beehive. We also have the threads. I really don't get anything on there. Let me know if you guys want me to go to Blue Sky instead, if there's more people who interact on there. We don't have an X. We don't have Facebook. Nothing like that, okay? If you see something from us like that, that's not us.
Yeah, it's okay to DM us. Because I've been having people literally show up to class to ask me questions. I'm like, you didn't have to drive all the way here. You know, you could have just
DM'd. You do have to drive. You could have
just DM'd me
in person, all right? And pay our $15 mat fee, which is still, I'm going up back north for a friend's wedding in October. Dude, every dojo out there is either a $25 mat fee or a $50 mat fee. I was like, $50 mat fee? What the hell? And we're here with 15 and people complain.
Yep.
God damn.
Yeah. So yeah, follow the socials, email us, contact us. Don't have to drive here. You can just DM me. I'll answer. So.
All right.
Yep.
With that, please don't forget to
make up a gym rival and master Rasengan and also slap the mat. Yeah.